So I was born in Canada and I came to the United States at the age of 5 years old. For me, DACA just represents opportunity, and it represents the ability for me to belong and to feel like I belong.
A work permit. DACA is a work permit. For me, it means that we are selling ourselves short. And DACA means, for me at least, I can talk for the rest of my community, but for me at least, it means second-class citizens or second-class people, because we're not legal permanent residents, but we are undocumented, but not completely.
So at the current moment, I'm a new dad. I'm married, and I don't have DACA because I decided not to renew DACA. And the one main reason I didn't is because I didn't trust Trump. For me, I feel, because I am my own business owner, there's a little bit more freedom to kind of move forward without DACA. But at the same time, I don't feel this peace of mind. I really feel that, that if I'm at the wrong place at the wrong time, I could face deportation.
Seeing your peers, your colleagues, your classmates go on and have careers that maybe you at one point intended to have, but maybe you knew you wouldn't actually be able to have that career. And because of DACA now, that what seemed to be a far-fetched dream was actually a reality. I don't think that without DACA, I'd be able to imagine some of those possibilities. For example, having a career, starting credit, owning a car, just traveling domestically. These are all of the these are some of the nicer things that this country has to offer that a lot of people take for granted sometimes.
Before DACA, although my entire life was here in California in the United States, I still felt other, even though nobody knew my status, nobody knew that I was undocumented, and nobody probably would be able to tell. But in my world, I felt like I didn't belong. I watched my friends get their driver's license or be able to start working, and I didn't have the ability to do that until I became a DACA recipient.
I'm numb. I don't feel fear. I don't feel worry. And I just don't feel anything. I've been desensitized, void of any emotion, because one, DACA is always threatened all the time in perpetual since 2017. So it's like I'm that meme with the person with the backpack on fire and just walking. That's me. I just can't feel anything anymore.
I think it's understandable why some of us have become a little bit, I wouldn't use the word indifferent because we care. I'd use the word numb.
For me, I've definitely taken that approach of compartmentalizing and trying to remain as focused as possible, and to tell myself that I will cross that bridge when I get there, and to just do everything in my power to make sure that this program stays alive.
It feels like it was the help that was necessary at the time, but it doesn't feel like a permanent solution. So therefore, it feels almost like a house of cards, and DACA was always a house of cards, and it was ready to fall off at any moment.
What DACA means to me is that it's not enough, and it's constraining. It's a chokehold, because we are so comfortable with DACA now, and now that DACA is being threatened, we think that we can't live without it, and we don't strive for better, which is legal permanent residency.
It feels almost like no one really wants to solve this problem. And I think it's something that has become almost a hot potato issue.
And for me, it's definitely a very complex issue because I lived through that. For me, it's not just a case that you hear about it. I actually am the case.
Some of them are doctors, true. Some of them work in Jack in the Box, and they're equally deserving of dignity and respect. So when we have the DACA conversations on November 12th, when the oral arguments start, think about the actual people behind this piece of executive order, besides the ones that are deemed perfect and marketable. There are a plethora of other people that do not fit into that narrative, and yet they are still deserving of dignity and respect and humanity.